We often get customers asking about LinkedIn integrations, and it's not surprising. LinkedIn is such a vital tool for B2B sales, and a lot of outbound prospecting starts there. What typically happens is that salespeople do their prospecting on LinkedIn. They'll send messages, make connections, and build those relationships inside LinkedIn, but that activity often stays there and it doesn't get recorded inside Salesforce. Or if it is, you need to do that manually by copying and pasting. Leads then don't get tracked and none of that interaction shows up inside Salesforce, which makes it really hard to remember where you are in terms of following up that lead. And it also makes it hard for the business to track the level of sales activity and what strategies are working and what isn't. So this disconnect causes real issues for businesses, and in this video we're going to explore some of the available options for integrating Salesforce and LinkedIn, and we'll cover a few different tools and approaches to help you hopefully find the best fit for your needs. So if all you're looking to do is view LinkedIn profiles directly within your lead and contact records in Salesforce, then the native LinkedIn Sales Navigator integration will do that. It's a very simple solution that lets you see the profiles right on the record page. Just keep in mind that it requires the top tier version of Sales Navigator, so it's not cheap. And in fact, at the moment, it's well over £100 a month. But what can you do with it? Well, it lets you match people with you in your Salesforce records with their LinkedIn profiles in Sales Navigator. So the system matches based on the company name, first name, last name, and email address. And if the automatic matching doesn't work, then you can still manually search using those same details. Once you've matched them, you'll be able to view their LinkedIn profile right inside Salesforce, which is actually really convenient. You can see what they've been posting lately. You can see if they've been active and find out who you've got in common, which can be really helpful for networking and building connections. One of the best features of LinkedIn Sales Navigator integrated with Salesforce is the ability to send in-mail messages directly through LinkedIn. So it's very powerful for reaching prospects who aren't yet connections, but then you're paying for that privilege. So in the integration, you can also send connection requests and access LinkedIn insights within Salesforce, which makes it easier to engage with leads from one place. If you're looking for a solution that brings lead data into Salesforce, the Sales Navigator app probably isn't the best fit. There is a version, as I understand it, that does that, but it's even more expensive than the hideously overpriced version of Sales Navigator as it is. So instead, if you're just looking to gather data, then maybe consider using a tool like Apollo. Apollo allows you to search for leads based on criteria like geography, job title, company size, basically all the things that you would find inside Sales Navigator. But with this, you can pull that data across. So once you've compiled your list of potential leads, you can easily import them into Salesforce, which avoids the need of managing CSV files or even worse, manually copying data from Sales Navigator. The last thing to mention is that there are plenty of other options on the App Exchange. Many of them are becoming very popular with customers, and it's definitely worth checking them out. But as I mentioned earlier, it's really important to nail down the specific needs first. Some tools are great for enriching existing Salesforce accounts with new contacts, while others like Apollo are more focused around bringing new leads into Salesforce, even if you don't already have that account record existing inside Salesforce. So when it comes to integrating LinkedIn with Salesforce, figuring out what's necessary for the business is really key. Most people are looking for a way to quickly gather data, and if that sounds like what you need, then tools like Apollo or some of the competitor products like ZoomInfo would be a great fit. They're not difficult to implement. In fact, neither of them are. LinkedIn integration is actually very quick. There's not an awful lot to do in terms of implementation, while Apollo can take a little bit more time, depending on the extent to which you want to set it up and whether you need custom fields to map across some of the rich data that exists in Apollo. So I hope this helps you get a clearer picture of the options for integrating LinkedIn and similar tools inside Salesforce. If you have any questions or you want to dive deeper into this, just give me a shout via LinkedIn or via our website.